The year is 1991. The Soviet flag is lowered over the Kremlin for the last time. The Cold War is over. A wave of optimism swept the globe. Many believed that with the end of a superpower rivalry, we were entering a new era of lasting peace. But they were wrong. War didn't disappear. It just changed its face. This is the story of how the wars of today were born from the ashes of the Cold War. For nearly half a century, the world lived under the shadow of two giants, the United States and the Soviet Union. Their nuclear standoff, a terrifying balance of power, paradoxically kept a lid on many global conflicts. But when one of those giants crumbled, the balance shattered. A power vacuum opened up across the globe, from Eastern Europe to Central Asia and Africa. And into this void, old rivalries, ethnic tensions, and new ambitions rushed in. The rules of the old world were gone, and the new world was about to be written in blood. The first major shockwave hit Europe, in the Balkans. The nation of Yugoslavia, a mosaic of different ethnic and religious groups, held together by a strongman, disintegrated. What followed was a descent into some of the most brutal fighting seen on the continent since World War II. Neighbors turned on neighbors in vicious ethnic wars. Cities like Sarajevo were besieged for years, their citizens targeted by snipers and artillery. The term ethnic cleansing entered our vocabulary. The unthinkable happened. Genocide returned to Europe. The fall of the Berlin Wall was supposed to signify peace, but in Bosnia, it heralded slaughter. The lesson was stark and brutal. The end of the Cold War did not guarantee peace for all. Simultaneously, the Middle East was becoming the new epicenter of global conflict. The 1991 Gulf War was a stunning display of American military technology and power, liberating Kuwait from Iraqi invasion, but it also set the stage for a decade of simmering resentment and instability. Then came a day that seared itself into the collective memory of the entire world. September 11, 2001, terrorism. Once a fringe tactic, now reshaped international politics and the very nature of warfare. Wars were no longer just fought between national armies on defined battlefields. The enemy was now an elusive, transnational network. The fight was against an ideology, an invisible enemy that could strike anywhere, anytime. The aftermath of 9/11 plunged the world into the war on terror. First came the invasion of Afghanistan to hunt down Al-Qaeda and topple the Taliban. Then the controversial invasion of Iraq in 2003. These weren't short, decisive campaigns. They became long, grinding counterinsurgencies, endless interventions with no clear victory in sight. The battlefield itself was also transforming. Technology began to replace trenches. Special forces and intelligence operatives became more crucial than tank divisions. Drones, piloted from thousands of miles away, became the new face of combat. War became both constant and distant for many in the West, an endless stream of news headlines from faraway lands, fought by a professional few with ever more sophisticated tools. And where are we today? The era of a single superpower is fading. Tensions are rising once again between major global players. We hear talk of a new Cold War, this time involving Russia, China, and the NATO alliance. From Ukraine to the South China Sea, the familiar dynamics of great power rivalry are back. It seems the Cold War never truly ended. Its core ingredient, competition for power and influence, simply went into remission. History doesn't repeat itself perfectly, but it certainly evolves, and its echoes are all around us. The conflicts that define our present and will shape our future are the direct descendants of that moment when one world ended and a new, more chaotic one began. To truly understand the complex world we live in today, we have to understand its origins. The story of modern war is a story of our time. If you want to dive deeper into the conflicts that have shaped our history and continue to influence our future, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.